In the Pits is partnered with the Splat Zone Trinity 3-Man Paintball Series. The series, put on by Splat Zone Indoor Paintball, offers a fun and competitive opportunity for tournament play for players of all experience levels. Beginner, Division 5, and Open 3v3 X-Ball gives all players a chance to gather two friends and have some fun. Are you a beginner interested in playing, but worried your setup won't be competitive? Not to worry, Splat Zone will have several setups on hand for beginner division players if needed. The series is even investing in bringing my personal ref crew from outside the Houston area, guaranteeing that your experience that day will be run smoothly and fairly. Registration is live now for the season opener on Sunday, May 25th, so grab two friends and get signed up today. In the Pits is partnered with BEM Wraps. Behind every mask is a unique and creative player. Tap into it when you order your next custom headpiece. Their Build-A-Band lets you communicate with them one-on-one to make your order just the way you want, all the way down to the color of the stitch. Check out their Instagram at BEMWraps for drops and build videos of them working on orders. They offer very competitive pricing, so reach out today to get started on your own one-of-a-kind headpiece. In the Pits is partnered with 71 Designs. Owned and operated by veteran Wade Martin, and partnered with fellow Texas brand Compete. 71 Designs can take your ideas for soft goods, merchandise, and casual wear and make them a reality. Message 71 Designs on Facebook or Instagram to get started today. In the Pits is partnered with QBR. Are you seeking to heal and recover from the toll that paintball puts on the mind and body? QBR has the solution for you. Head to QBRofficial.com and use code PITS10 for 10% off of your order, plus free shipping. QBR, they don't sell broccoli. In the Pits is partnered with XTPL Events. The Extreme Tournament Paintball League is a series put on by the Lukow family of Paintball Fit fame that gives the opportunity for players to learn and grow together as a team. 3-Man, Challengers and Champions X-Ball, Draft Mech X-Ball, Super 7s, U3v3, even Glow-in-the-Dark Mech X. There's something for everyone at XTPL. Not to mention prize tosses, raffles, and the infamous paintball munching contest. Events happen throughout the year, and the prizes never disappoint. Sign up for an XTPL event today on PB Leagues. In the Pits is partnered with Hydra. Designed by players for players, you can outfit yourself in Hydra gear from head to toe. Have confidence that when you make a purchase from Hydra, you are purchasing a well-tested and well-thought-out product, trusted by several top teams, including World Cup Pro Champions Paintball Fit. I personally recommend their Hydra Black knee pads. Purchases over $100 receive free shipping. Head to hydra.fit to browse their selection and discover the Hydra mentality. In the Pits is partnered with Texas Pro player Jared Sherman. In a world where saving time means making money, Jared's local seed bank is making waves in Texas, carrying a large assortment of Texas-approved varieties for use in the Texas Hemp Program, seeds for novelty use, as well as premium genetics bred for solventless extraction. Jared Sherman has the ability to satisfy even the most sophisticated collectors. Head to his website and use code INTHEPITS for 10% off of your orders. In the Pits is partnered with Mariachi Aguilas de Oro. Based in Austin and servicing the surrounding areas, these golden eagles will bring life to any event you are having, from birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, corporate events, or even a simple performance to enjoy. Guillermo Padilla, one of their trumpet players, is also a member of the Texas paintball scene. Visit them on Facebook and Instagram to check out some of their past performances, or give them a call to book them for your event today. In the Pits is partnered with the San Antonio 3v3 Paintball Series. The series provides local players with an affordable, fun opportunity to experience the excitement of tournament paintball and has already seen events sell out. I personally am the head referee for the series, and I can't wait to see you there. Visit SAT3v3.com for details on upcoming events, or head to PB Leagues to register your team today. In the Pits is partnered with Get Dat Shot. Get Dat Shot is a local Texas videographer with numerous events experience filming on the Major League Paintball Pro field. Needing coverage for an upcoming event? Message him at getdat_shot on Instagram and let him know In the Pits sent you. In the Pits is partnered with Paintball Kumite. Paintball Kumite is a program designed by Colt Roberts of professional team San Antonio X Factor to take paintball players of all ages, experience levels, and skill groups and mold them into champions. The program breaks the game down into small, easy to learn sessions designed to help you master the fundamentals so that you can elevate your game. Newcomers to the program get a free 1-hour introductory class when mentioning In the Pits. To sign up for a class, message at Paintball Kumite on Instagram. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 149 of In the Pits Paintball Podcast. This podcast is focused on everything that has to do with the paintball scene here in Texas, from professional players and teams to new divisional programs, local tournament series, field owners, Texas-based brands, even photographers and videographers. Every week, we'll have a short and sweet episode with a new topic and new special guest. I'm Christian Dallas Smith. I'm a player for the Texas Titans. And this episode, we're doing things a little bit differently. We're going to go behind the scenes and reveal the entire process of what goes into an episode of In the Pits. So I see we got a couple of y'all in the comments here. First of all, welcome to the show. If you have any questions at any point during the show, please feel free to fire them in there. I want this very similar to the Podcasters Roundtable that I did a couple of months back. I want this to be a resource for anybody out there that's looking to possibly get into content creation, get into podcasting, and seeing that it's definitely an achievable goal. But at the same time, let's get some appreciation out there for guys, excuse me, guys like Shelda in here that had their own podcast, and just so we can all see like just how much work goes to each and every episode. So y'all, first, I think the best way to do this is to kind of go step by step as to from beginning to end the creation of an episode. So for me, this one's brought to us by XTPL Events. First, I want to talk about the equipment that I run. So I'm going to add an image file here. So this is a picture of my setup here. And we'll go ahead and switch that. There we go. So this is a picture of my setup that I run. My microphone, I have a Blue Yeti, which is by Logitech. It is a USB mic, which I find, I know a lot of podcasters out there will run using a 1/4-inch cable, or sorry, an 1/8-inch cable, and more traditional microphone setup into a soundboard and all that. For me, I've found that this USB microphone is more than capable, and it has such a great quality. I'm also rocking the Logitech StreamCam for my webcam, and I'm using a cheap clip-on ring light that has a bunch of different lighting modes and settings, and using an Amazon brand microphone arm. So all in all, as far as my costs for my equipment, I spent $99 on the camera, $99 on the microphone, $20 on the microphone arm, and then $24 on the ring light. So for me, my total is just under $250. But again, podcasting is, especially nowadays with the technology that's out there, it can be done so much cheaper. And even with just your phone, even with just a set of earbuds and some free software out there, you can do it completely with stuff that you already have. I've also have been using a green screen that my teammate Thomas on the Texas Titans, he gifted that to me, old sponsor of the show, FU Athletics. And so I've got some like studio light tripods that I use to set up and tear down the green screen every time. Also, so that because the rest of my living room's here in the background, I want to make sure that my wife's evening on Wednesdays isn't too interrupted, and she's still free to watch Netflix and all of that without us getting copyright strikes on the Major League Paintball page. So yeah, that is the setup that I'm running there. So up next, I see we have a question here in the chat. Ray asks, do I prep my guests on the questions that I'm going to ask? We'll actually get to that here in a little bit, Ray. But great question. So up next, I want to talk about the software that I'm using. So for the live streams, now that I am partnered here on Major League Paintball, I use a website called StreamYard, which allows for you to stream simultaneously out to multiple websites. So I know the Coaches Show uses this as well. They're also partnered with Major League Paintball. They stream out to YouTube and to Facebook. You can also stream out to other websites all at once with like Twitch, Instagram, X, even LinkedIn, I think is on there. And the cool thing about StreamYard is that you can see the comments from all of the different websites all put into one interface here. So it'll combine all of that so you don't have to keep hopping around the sites worrying that you're going to miss any interaction with any of your viewers. So up next, for me, the this one's brought to us by the San Antonio 3v3 series. So the first step is to find a guest for the episode, and I'm going to share my screen here on this one, which I know that we talked about this a little bit on the podcasters roundtable. um, so this right here is let me make sure y'all can see it. There we go. So this right here is my spreadsheet that I use to keep track of every single episode that I've ever had, every single guest. And it includes the episode number, the date of the live stream, the date that the audio recordings were published, um, the name of the guest, as well as the topic. And then I also include the city that they're from. And what that does is it helps me to avoid bunching up too many people from the same city or having too many episodes like right next to each other. Like if I have a bunch of pro players or if I have a bunch of photographers or videographers, it helps me to avoid bunching all of those individuals up too close together. And um and yeah, so occasionally, especially more recently, as we get in further and further, we will have a guest that will come on that's been on before. So it also allows me to very quickly figure out, okay, this is the episode that they were on last. Like a great example, I had Jared Sherman on for episode 144, and I can just go back and find that he was also on episode 34. Another example, I've had Ryan Gray on twice. I've had Archie Montemayor on. So just being able to stay organized like that has helped me a ton as the show has gone longer and longer. And so once I have an idea for a guest, usually I reach out either on Facebook or Instagram just to confirm with them. We'll lock in. Now that we're on Major League Paintball, the episodes are usually more more corralled to Wednesday evenings at 7:30 p.m. Central. But back before I was partnered, we would make sure to get the date and time locked in, occasionally earlier, occasionally later, occasionally on different days. So yeah. Up next is brought to us by the Splat Zone Trinity 3-man, which tonight, I believe right now, actually, they're hosting the a one-on-one fight night, free entry. So if you're over in Houston, go check it out. So once the guest is locked in, and getting back to Ray's question as far as the prepping the guest on the questions that I'm going to ask, so I get to work on the script. So here, let me switch my screen here. So here in this folder, I have every single script from every single episode that I've ever done. And it's a lot of fun to get to work on these. So for example, let's pull up episode 66 with Meter. Speaking of Shelda, I know he just had Meter on the show. So I can go back and see all of the questions, and you'll see that these are all highlighted in green. This is just to help me keep track of all of the questions as I'm going through it. I also share this this whole folder with my wife. That way, if she's out and about, she can check in and see, oh, they're on this question for the show. And so she can time her evening with that. So I've got every single script organized here on Google Drive. I also have a template which I will share here. And let's zoom that in as well so you guys can see it. So it just says, hey, welcome everyone to episode blank of In the Pits Paintball Podcast. It's got my intro there, uh, going in the pits with blank, and then the title or the position that they have. And then, but most importantly, what the script does is uh, aside from keeping track of all the questions and helping me to speed this process up, it also makes absolutely sure that I remember to thank every sponsor every episode. Um, I've been very blessed that we've had a lot of different sponsors on this show, but that's by far the most important part of this is to make sure all of the sponsors get mentioned. Um, and getting back to your question, Ray, as far as prepping the questions or prepping the guests on the questions that I'm going to ask, as soon as that I am done with the script, I just go file, share with others, and I say, hey, anyone with the link, and I send them a copy of the link so that way they can prep it. They can even follow the questions in real time during the episode along with me. So yes, the guests do get prepped. I usually send them out the day before. Um, Sometimes a little bit shorter, sometimes a little bit longer, depending on the guest. But yeah, that's my process for the script. So up next, after the script is done, then we get to make all of the posts regarding upcoming episode and the time and also the thumbnail. So for the thumbnail, I want to give a huge shout out to a guy that's been there since pretty much since day one. It's Carlos from Get That Shot has been making all of my thumbnails since honestly before I can remember. He was there pretty quickly. I want to say the first one that he did was for Sasha's episode, which I believe was episode 6. Yeah, episode 6. So he's been making my thumbnails for just about the entire history of the show. So huge shout out to Carlos. It's just one less thing that I have to think about, and yeah, he helps me out a ton. So when it comes to making the posts, I use the Meta Business Suite for Facebook and Instagram for the page. This is something that you can create if you want to just be able to make one post and then share it across multiple platforms. So for me, I go to create post here. I'll select, okay, both Facebook and Instagram. I'll add the photo, which in my case, I'll grab the thumbnail from Carlos, or I'll grab a photo that was submitted to me by the upcoming guest. And then as far as what goes into the post, usually I'll just type out everything for the upcoming episode. But I do also have templates that I use when it's time to publish that that an episode is now out on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple Podcasts. And I have it titled here in my Google Drive, social media copy paste, all in caps, just to make sure it's very accessible. And it's just, I've got Facebook up here, In the Pits episode blank with blank of blank, which I just straight up copy and paste from the YouTube title, put it in there, out now on YouTube, Amazon, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. And then I've got thank you to my partners and every single partner and sponsor of the show and their ads. That way I can just copy paste it in there. It'll tag everybody, speeds everything up a lot. I think that templates is, and for anybody that's in any sort of media at all, or does really, it's not just media, like anybody who does the same thing over and over again, templates are your friend. Make sure that your templates are solid, and they will save you a ton of time and a ton of mistakes as well. So moving forward, after I've made all of the posts, excuse me, after I've made all of the posts, and this one is brought to us later. Let me pull my script back up by Mariachi Aguilas de Oro. Then it's time to go live here on the show. So y'all saw the picture of of my setup, but let's give a more in depth behind the scenes and let's actually pull up the StreamYard. So let me make sure I've got this tab going. Okay. So for me on StreamYard, and again, we use this because we are all on Major League Paintball. It helps when there are multiple individuals using one account. I know for them, it's also a little bit of a security thing. That way, if any of us happen to go rogue, we don't have total control of the account, which is a very smart thing on Major League Paintball's part, limiting their risk just in case. But from here, you're able to create a live stream, create a recorder, and create an on air webinar. You can reuse studios. However, I just find that it's easiest just to you have the one for Major League Paintball. I'll copy and paste the title and then description. Well, going back to what I've said before, templates. And here is my StreamYard video description. So I'll copy and paste this into every single YouTube video, which if you can look in the description here on this stream, you'll notice that there's a lot there, a lot of different links. All of that is copy and pasted here. I've also got it titled on my Google Drive, StreamYard video description, copy paste, do not delete. And the only things that I'll change is this week we feature blank. So whoever's coming on the show. And then, of course, I'll have the guest's Instagram in the description, which, by the way, if you did not know, every single guest has their Instagram in the description if you want to go back and look at it. So let's pull up that StreamYard again. So we'll copy and paste it here. You can set the privacy to public, schedule for later. That way we go live at 7:30 p.m. and then upload that thumbnail. That's where I get into the downloads. I grab the thumbnail that Carlos sends over to me and create the live stream, then go live here. So after that is done, we've got brought to us by Paintball Kumite. We've got the Instagram story, which is I found has helped out a lot in terms of driving people to the live streams themselves. There's lots of people that catch either the audio recording after the fact or the YouTube video, but getting to have that live chat interaction is great for me. So, and on top of that, it really, really helps to be able to share stuff on Instagram and also tag accounts, especially with Major League Paintball involved, getting to cross post and all that. So a good example of that, let me pull up my Instagram page here. So sharing this tab instead. So y'all should be able to see my Instagram here. So this post was the announcement post when my episode with Oliver Lang was posted to Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. You can see this button, collaborators. It's also Major League Paintball and Hormesis Paintball. What that means is whenever you make a post and add collaborators, once they accept it, it looks like it's the same post coming from their account. So all of their followers are going to see that post as well. And all of the likes, all of the comments, all get added into the same thread. So this post, so my account here has 1,738 followers, but if I look at Hormesis Paintball, they've got 31,000, and that post looks like it was posted on their account just like it was on mine. So being able to do the collaborating on Instagram is going to be massive. If you end up having others on the show, you can tag their account, add them as a collaborator on the account, which somewhat recently, within the last few months, Instagram made it so that you can add collaborators after the fact so that you didn't have to do it right as you posted, because that was a huge pain. It meant that you couldn't post with the Meta Business Suite and then add the collaborator later. So huge advantage there. Let's go ahead and stop sharing for a little bit. So I see we've got some more questions in the chat. Aaron Lopez asked, do I have a pre-podcast routine to get in my zone? It depends Really, I guess on the type of episode. So usually here on StreamYard, we'll invite the guests a couple of minutes before. We'll do a sound check about 5 minutes before, and then we've got the pre-roll ads, which lasts about 5 minutes or so, right at the start of the episode. During that time, we'll make sure hit the restroom, grab some water before the episode starts. That's really my main routine. Other than that, just making sure I look over all of the questions. I've got any extra media like pictures or even their PB Leagues profile if I need to look at it. PB Leagues is a huge source of my research, especially when it comes to a player's history with other teams. And so I make sure I just have all of that ready on all my different screens. All right. So another question from Robert. Who was my favorite guest? Oh man, I've done this for almost 3 years. Next week is the 3 year mark for the show, by the way. So for me to pick one guest from all 3 years, um, I don't know if I can pick just one. I will say that there were definitely some milestones that mattered a lot to me in the moment whenever I was hitting them. The first milestone being episode 9, when I was able to get Alex Martinez, owner of San Antonio X Factor, on the show. That's when I really felt that the podcast was starting to mean something and starting to take off. Other than that, we've had a lot of great episodes. I know every time that you come on for a pre-USXBL show has been such a blast, just getting to talk about all of the different teams in Texas. Um, had a lot of different pros on. Also done some really important episodes, even if they weren't necessarily going to be the most viewed. I think that one of those episodes for me would be the episode that I got to do with the Dallas Dolls. The all girls youth paintball team. I had the entire team on at once. And of course, their parents making sure that they were in the loop and they were in as well. But being able to feature members of the community like that, I felt have been just as important as getting any high profile guests like Maddie Marshall, like Tom Cole. Um, and I think the cool thing about this show has been getting to feature the basically everybody that contributes to the community. So Shelda, cool to see the process. You do everything in Apple Notes or Apple Calendar. Yeah. Just figuring out whatever works for you. It definitely pays off to be organized because it saves a lot of time. So getting back to it, now it comes time for the actual show, which let me see if it's gonna do a Inception kind of mirror thing here. We're gonna try to attempt to show the screen that this actual StreamYard is on. Um, no, not that one. May not let me. Okay, actually, here we go. So you can see on here, this is what I see. As far as the StreamYard tab, I can see all of the comments on here. I've also got the ability to change the scenes. I've got a couple of other things like the sponsor, the rotating sponsor GIF. I've got that image that I showed earlier of my setup. And then as well, I have the media assets. So I've got the podcast logo, a couple of stock overlays that I could choose to utilize more. I personally don't. I've got the pre-roll ad video clip that's just always in here. I can click it at any time. Also leading up to the event, I know leading up to the Atlantic City event, I also had that brief clip that the Major League sent me to be able to show on every episode. And then you've got a couple of different backgrounds that I've uploaded for the different scenes. So to show you what I see on, let's go ahead and change this. To show y'all what I see on the full screen. Um, so me personally, I kind of have it split. So on one half of the screen, I've got StreamYard, while on the other half of the same screen, because I have a pretty big monitor, I have the script that I use. So this right here, you can see I'm kind of highlighting it, just like I said before. We're going live here again. I can see the comments. Ray, you've got a question about sponsors? Yeah, go ahead. So it just helps me to keep organized. And then I've got another monitor over to my right that I can use for anything else that I feel like. Before I was on Major League Paintball's setup, what I would do is I would actually be running Discord, and I would do my video calls through that because it was free, because I didn't have to pay for more time or anything that like that, and I could have a lot of people. So I would have this Discord looking at the In the Pits Discord channel, and I would be able to go live here, see all of the guests, have a chat here, and put that on my other monitor. And then I would be using the Open Broadcaster software, or OBS Studio, which is free open source software. And I would be using that, put that on one half of the screen where StreamYard is now. I would have all of my backgrounds, all of my templates, all of that would be running. And I'd be able to see all of the levels, change the scenes, all of that. And of course, that also required some preparation. So like you see, you've got a bunch of different scenes here in the pits. One person, the last episode that I did here was with Aaron Hitchcock before I announced the move, which necessitated the change of software. But again, you've got the rotating sponsor GIF. You've got the nameplates. Nameplates was another thing that I would have to make every episode, but that's something that StreamYard takes care of. Again, you've got all of the different scenes, whether it's two people. John Jackson and Anthony Vitale was the last time I had two people on. Many guests, I would just do a screen capture for everybody that was on Discord. I also use this for the In the Pits Awards show, and would display the finalists and the winners and the slideshow and all of that. So, and again, OBS is free software. It's definitely takes a little bit of learning, but this is how I operated for 2.5+ years. And it's something that you can get as much or as little in depth with as you want. And I think it's a great software. Let's go ahead and remove that. So once the episode is done, then we get into how to publish the episode. For that, I use a program called DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve is also free software. I do also have Adobe Premiere, but I found that DaVinci is usually faster when it comes to audio only format. And it's just a program that I used for so long because it was free. So let me share that here. So here's DaVinci. What I would do: open a new project, go to File, import media, and where I would get that is back on StreamYard. I would go back into the studio, which let's go ahead and show that here. Go into the library, and you could see every single broadcast that I've done. I would take the most recent one, click download. And for me, I would download the entire thing, even though you could just do the audio only recording. But I believe that does MP4 format, and Spotify and Apple require MP3. So I just download the entire thing, and then whenever I export it out of DaVinci, I change the file format. So let's go ahead and full screen this. So media would just be, let's go ahead and download. So for example, I've got Rose's episode from last week. Go go down here, add it to the timeline here. I'd cut out all of the dead time at the start and at the end of the episode. For me, that hotkey is Control B on DaVinci. So cut that out, delete it, go all the way down to the end, cut that out, delete it. Then I go straight to the rocket ship to export. I've got a method that helps me stay organized also on my computer files. First, make sure it's audio only. I titled my episode sequentially in my computer, so I go EP 148 audio only. And then in my computer, I'll click browse. So for me, I've got a separate drive that I use. I go to finish video edits, podcast audio, and this is the audio of every single podcast episode that I've done, starting on episode 14, which I can't remember what I did the first 13, to be completely honest with you. They're around somewhere. But again, I've got audio backups of every single episode that I've done in case something goes down. And then I'll click export. And that's all I do there for DaVinci. And let's go ahead and pull my StreamYard back up. And where did I put you? There you are. Okay. Perfect. Let's go ahead and remove that for now. So Ray, you've got a question about sponsors. You asked, do you offer sponsorship packages? What made you choose the sponsors that you have? And when you pick your sponsors, what are you looking for in a partnership? Great question, Ray. So this is something that I wasn't sure how to approach, how to value myself. I know Dan is big when it comes to putting the appropriate value on your work that you put out there. Dan's also probably one of the best at marketing himself. I mean, look how quickly he was able to secure like top industry sponsors like Hormesis, like Black Friday Paintball. So part of it depends on what are you looking for? Are you looking for getting the most financial support? Are you looking for creating relationships? Are you looking for getting to feature either big names, little names? What are you looking for, really? So for me, I wanted to make this a way that I could feature brands, make sure that the price wasn't too much. And I could probably ask for more, especially now being on this mainstream. But I choose to keep my price points the way they are. And so what I do is I run it through Patreon. For any newer shows out there, I would not recommend running it through Patreon because of the fees that they take out. The percentages are quite high. I would actually recommend looking into a website called Ko-fi, Koffi, or it used to be called the full name Buy Me a Coffee. It's similar to Patreon, but the fees that they take out are much, much less. And at least for my purposes, they offer pretty much everything that I was looking for. Now, if you're looking for other integrations, like if you have a Discord community that you're wanting to paywall, or you have bonus content that you want to make sure only your Patreon subscribers see, then Patreon definitely has more of the integrations and features when it comes to that. But as far as what makes me choose the sponsors that I have, really, the sponsors have all approached me. I don't really have anybody that I've approached to work out a bigger deal. And not all of the sponsors pay through Patreon. Some of them I have other agreements with in kind. Big one being Carlos with Get That Shot. I'll feature him every week, and in return, he helps with the thumbnails. So things like that are a great way to help get off the ground and help to pick up some name backing behind your show. All right. So after the podcast is all edited and exported, then it comes to uploading. And the website that I use is called Podbean. And let me pull up my Podbean, which I have a folder here on my Google Chrome that is labeled podcast, and it has all of the different um, links that I might need. So let me share my screen here. Kind of losing my voice a little bit because this is a solo episode, so I'm talking a lot more. But also wanting to make sure that I narrate everything that I do for the audio only listeners. So here I'm on Podbean. I've got my managed podcast here. I just keep it simple, sign in with Google. And so what Podbean does is it is a distributor that is it is a paid service, but it allows you to see analytics and also push to a lot of different apps at once. For me, this was easier than trying to deal with Spotify for creators, the Spotify API or Apple or anything like that. It just had it all in one. Uh, they also have, if you want to do all of your social media posts through here, you can as well. So you can see all of your analytics. So for me, when it comes to uploading an episode, I'll click new episode, upload an audio file, and just to select an episode here, podcast audio, we'll just do this one. Okay, I'll click OK. Change the episode logo to, again, the thumbnail that Carlos sent me. I'll copy and paste the YouTube title here in the title. The description, I'll usually copy and paste the first part of the YouTube description here, and then I'll click publish now, and it will push and upload. So we're going to actually not upload this one. How do I exit out? Well, whatever. I'll figure out how to not actually upload that. So when the episode is published, then it comes time to share. So another thing that I do is I've got Linktree for Instagram, because on Instagram you can't actually put links, hyperlinks on your posts. You can only put them in your story. So on Linktree, it allows you to just have a landing page where all of them are. So on the admin side, you are able to see, once it loads, you are able to see all of the links that you have here and able to organize it in whenever which way. Again, this is a free service. There are some paid features on here that I don't really need. So you can show or hide any links. You can drag them up and down, reposition. So for me, I put the upcoming live stream here. I didn't really do this ahead of time because whenever I actually created the stream link, it was pretty close to the actual airtime. So I just left that off. For the most recent episode here, what I will do, I'll click on the thumbnail. I will change it to the most recent episode thumbnail. Also go back to the YouTube. I'll copy the link to the stream and I'll update it, and boom, we're able to navigate to the most recent stream. And then of course I've got all of the other links, past episodes on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon, Apple Podcasts, the Patreon, Facebook page, Instagram, all of that. And then of course, featuring anything else that I want to here. So Linktree is a huge tool. And then for publishing, going again to the Meta Business Suite. Usually I'll end up scheduling this post out. There are analytics out there that show there are certain times of day that will get you more interaction on your posts. But for me, the most important thing is just getting it out there. So I will go back to that social media copy paste Google Drive file that I've made. Copy it, paste it in there. Make sure I edit the title to include the new title of the episode and click publish, and then you are done. So that is my entire that's my entire process, guys. That's everything that goes into the creation of an episode of In the Pits. From getting the guest to making a script to creating the posts to the actual show itself to editing the audio only version and uploading that. Um, there's that process of mine is certainly in-depth process. It's one that I've learned that has worked for me for the last 3 years now. There are certainly much more streamlined ways to do it out there. There are some that are free. There are some that are paid. For anybody that's out there wanting to get into the medium of content creation or podcasting, I encourage you to do it because it's the barrier to entry is lower than ever. And I think it's important that all of these good ideas and unique spins have an opportunity to get out there and see if it's something that resonates with the rest of the community. So yeah, that does it for our behind the scenes look, everyone. Just to make sure I didn't forget anything. Yeah, I think I showed everything. I showed the Discord. Oh, pro tip, make sure that when you're on StreamYard, that if you go into your edit mic settings or your settings in general, just make sure that you have the correct microphone selected. I made that mistake last episode with Rose, and I was going through my webcam mic instead of this actual studio mic. So sorry, Rose, for the poor audio quality on your episode. Big oversight on my part. But yeah, that does it, y'all. Some sponsors that we didn't mention are Hydra. I think I got 71 Designs. I think I got TexanHemp.com. I'm not sure about Paintball Kumite, but we'll give another shout out to Colt Roberts. And then Mariachi Aguilas de Oro, everyone's favorite. So yeah, that does it, everybody. What other guests would you all like to see on the show? Be sure to leave a comment down below. While you're at it, hit that subscribe button. The show goes live Wednesday evenings at 7:30 p.m. Central here on youtube.com/@Major League Paintball. And recordings are posted to YouTube, Amazon, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify the next day. Shout out to my partner and sponsor tier subscribers on Patreon. Get That Shot, Paintball Kumite, BEM Raps, Hydra, XTPL Events, Mariachi Aguilas de Oro, San Antonio 3v3 Series, 71 Designs, TexanHemp.com, QBRofficial.com, and Splat Zone Trinity 3-Man. Lastly, big thank you to Major League Paintball for hosting the show. We will see you guys next week for our 3rd birthday episode 150. Yeah, take care, y'all.